Hello. Welcome, everybody. This is our weekly Lunch and Learn show. Just going to grab a couple things to get ready. And I am so excited because today we are talking about abundance. And we're talking about abundance and how you can so quickly and easily get yourself into some terrific habits that can absolutely support that state of being. And when it comes to abundance, there tend to be a lot of mixed feelings and messages when it comes to this topic. Today, I want to give you a taste and make it really simple so that you can walk away with actionable steps to start inviting abundance into your life and really make it a habit. Because honestly, you deserve to be, do, and have anything and everything that you want in your life. And there is nothing more than I'd love than for you to receive it. So hello, Michael, how are you? So let me know when you're coming in from, let me know where you're coming in from. And if you're tuning in by replay, I want you to type in replay in the chat. If this is your first time here, type in first time in the chat. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm Larissa McCook. I'm an author, speaker, and CEO of Larissa McCook Coaching. And I lead successful, highly motivated people through mental barriers into unstoppable confidence, authenticity, and empowered lives. And my team and I, we like to rock the boat. We like to stretch you beyond your comfort zone so you can radically transform your life and really claim your future because you deserve it. So as I was preparing for this talk, I was thinking about a time when I really got into the world of abundance and I started understanding what abundance was and even just dipping my toes in the water. Now, I've been attending seminars for a long time. It's probably about 20 years ago that I started really entering this world. And I remember when I'd go to big seminars, to small seminars, I would hear ideas and things that were really foreign to me. And they were things about my thinking, about how to show up in my day, about how to interact with people. And to me, in terms of how I could actually show up and make that happen in my life. So I'd scribble notes, I'd scribble lots and lots of notes. And I remember feeling this sense of hope that one day, I just hope I can understand what all this means and actually apply some of what they said. I was totally captivated and I was also really in my head. And while I left inspired and curious, I also left with this feeling of being deflated and really discouraged because deep down, I never thought I'd ever have this picture perfect life they talked about. I'm like, I know I should have it. I know I have everything it takes to do it. My mom tells me I'm so good all the time. I have skills, I get good grades, yet I didn't know how to even live up to that so-called potential, right? I was considered smart because I just did the work. Yet I felt really out of place because getting good grades and coordinating family parties and things like that didn't really qualify me in my mind at the time. I cancel that now to really achieve results at the time. And so one thing I did have is desire and persistence, right? Desire and persistence. And because I knew I wanted more, I kept going. I kept going to seminars. I kept reading books. I kept studying myself and my world. I kept working with coaches. And I'd start moving forward in spite of obstacles. I knew that if these incredible speakers could be up on stages and overcome adversity beyond what I had ever experienced in my life, compared to what some of these people experienced, my life was so simple and so easy compared to what some of these people had gone through. And I know if they could do it, I should be able to as well. So the more and more training I got, the more and more entrepreneurial ventures I stepped into, the more and more businesses I started to work with, the better and better it got. I started practicing things that I was taught. Some of it made sense and other stuff didn't, yet I did them anyway. And looking back, I've always had things just work out for me. right? Like things have always just worked out for me. And I didn't know where or when. And Steve Jobs, there's a quote he says, it's easy to connect the dots looking backwards, not looking forwards. And the more and more you start connecting these dots as you look backwards, then the more and more opportunity you're going to recognize and receive along the way. And so at first, I didn't notice it. Right? At first, I didn't notice these things, and they just ended up working out for me. Whenever I wanted to go to Europe or attend a seminar, or even we went to Fiji, I'm like, I don't have any more vacation time. We did 40 trips in 4 years. I had clients I was seeing, and I'm like, I don't know how I can squeeze this in. The money always came. The vacation time always came. Whenever I wanted a new car, I realized I don't like car shopping. I would just say, I need a new car. And one would show up in my world within a couple of weeks. And I never had to shop for it. Someone would always be like, oh, this person's selling their car. Do you want to try it? Yes. Boom. Done. And so things would always just show up whenever I needed them. Whenever I wanted a job or an opportunity, these things would show up in my life. And time again, they just did. At first, I didn't notice it. And these days I do. I've actually trained myself to be so aware of things and of abundant opportunities, relationships coming in there. I can start predicting them with absolute certainty in advance. Okay, it's a really, really cool feeling. So why am I telling you this? Why am I sharing all of this? Well, I truly, truly think that if you want to be in a state of abundance, you need to have the habits of abundance. Success leaves clues. And when you step into those habits that will get you in an abundant state more and more of the time, you're going to achieve success, right? It's kind of like, it's not a magic formula. You actually have to do the things that will get you into the vibration to attract what you want. I used to think that I would do these things. And then I remember the scene from Aladdin, from the cartoon Aladdin, the old one by Disney. And there's a scene where he's like in the cave and he's like got this neon sign flashing. And I always thought, just like in the cartoon, you are now abundant. You are now wealthy. Your life is amazing, amazing, amazing. I thought this neon sign would flash in my world telling me my life is perfect and I've arrived. Well, it doesn't do that. It doesn't do it. It just starts to happen. Okay. So when you practice successful things and you do them in a certain way, this is something that Wallace Wattles talks about in his Science of Getting Rich. When you practice successful habits, success is a science. When you do these successful habits and do them in a certain way, you will get predictable results. And so that's in any area of your life, whether it's health, wealth, relationships, happiness, anything. The base core formula is all the same. It really, really is. The thing is, most people either do the doing or they do the dreaming, and they don't combine both. And so the habits I want to share with you are really, really simple behaviors that you can repeat over and over again. They're super easy. They're things you've probably heard of, yet when you do them consistently and when you do them in a really powerful, purposeful way, these are the first 3 baby steps to attracting abundance in your world. Okay, really simple, really easy. And they are things you can start today. And this idea of abundance, having, being, and doing more, it follows universal principles. It really does encourage you to live life on a creative plane, because in the world of abundance, like attracts like. And there's more than enough to go around. There's this like overflow of energy, this overflow of clients, this overflow of money, this overflow of opportunity. When you work in that creative plane instead of the competitive plane, you tend to get more, and you do. And so this, like I said, it's in all areas of your life. So the key to attracting more abundance, the very, very big key to attracting more abundance is to strengthen your receiving muscle. Okay, so if you have a pen and paper, I want you to write that down. Strengthen your receiving muscle. Okay, so there are 3 things I want to do to share. 3 things I want to share that can help you strengthen your receiving muscle. Okay, so these 3 things that can help you strengthen your receiving muscle are gratitude, compliments, and asking for help. Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you about each of them. First one, gratitude. Gratitude is one of these things, a practice that can elevate your vibration. It can elevate your vibrational frequency, and it can really help you up your level of attraction. Because when you want to attract something good in your life, you want to be on a higher level frequency. You want to be at a higher plane, at a higher vibration. And when you truly, truly are grateful, then you're going to open the gateway to abundance. It's kind of like the gateway to abundance. And so often, I remember when I first started the practice of gratitude, I just went through the motions, and I'm like, yeah, I'm so happy and grateful for this. And I wasn't always grateful. Yet I went through the motions, and I'm glad I did, because I learned a lot of things. I also learned that when I chose things that were really in my actual world, when I really got deep and juicy with my gratitude and got really descriptive, that's when it started to mean more. So when you're doing your gratitude, you've got to have things that you really, truly are grateful for. And some days it might be like mind blowing to you, and other days it might be more simple. Some days you might be most grateful for just taking a breath and slowing down. Other days, you might be incredibly grateful for looking at your bank account and seeing a few extra zeros than there were the month before. And it just might make you feel so purposeful, so excited. Other days, it might be going for a walk and just noticing the beauty of the leaves rustling in the trees and the feeling of complete calmness pouring over your body. One of the things that's at the top of my list every day is cuddles with my son. And there's different things that get me excited about it. Sometimes it's just cuddles, but when I explain what kinds of cuddles, right? I loved cuddling with him when he reached over and he puts his arm over our neck sometimes in when we're cuddling in bed. And it's just, he just puts his arm over you and then just like wiggles around. Other times he'll rub his cheek on my cheek or rub his head on my cheek and just snuggle up. Like, it's those specific moments that you want to be grateful for. And so I want you to encourage yourself to really look at the little tiny moments that have actually happened in your day that make your life really, really juicy. What is it for you? Because you're going to notice that it's not like the huge things. Yeah. And if this resonates with you, let me know. I want to know what you are grateful for. Hello, Susan. Welcome. So I want to know what you guys are grateful for. What are you most grateful for today? And don't just write happiness or health. I want you to write like something a little bit descriptive, even if it's a teeny tiny description. Share it in the chat, because that is going to be so powerful for you and also for other people. When you start expressing the good in your life, especially in vivid ways, you're not just installing it for yourself, and I'm using that word deliberately, you're also installing it for other people. The words you say matter, and the energy you project matters. And when you are in an attitude of gratitude, when you start to live in gratitude, when you start to be grateful for all the things in your life, the good, the bad, the crazy, the unexplainable, the happy, the sad, everything has a reason, and it's there to move you forward. Okay. So the first thing you need to do to strengthen your receiving muscle is be grateful. Be grateful. Write your gratitude every day. Review your gratitude. Really relive those moments of gratitude, and it will help you elevate your vibration. Okay. So more like attracts like. When you are grateful, you will have more good things in your life. You've got to focus on what's good. The second thing is compliments. Okay. So I think this is one that a lot of people, especially women, tend to not do very well. In the traditional world, I know I used to feel really uncomfortable accepting compliments. Someone would give me a compliment and I'd be like, oh, no, I don't do that very well. Or I'd put myself down, or I would find something, yeah, well, but I could do better. And I'm going to cancel that. You want to cancel anything that you say or think that isn't serving you. Because when I realized that I love complimenting people, I love giving people the gift of showing them what is really good, showing them and sharing something I really like, it elevates their vibration, right? It makes me feel better as well. And when people receive compliments and just say thank you, you know that's making them feel really good. People want to make you feel good when they're going out of their way to thank you for something, to commend you for something, to compliment you for something. And the more you give them the gift of doing that, the more opportunity. You're basically saying, oh, people are giving me something, I'm going to accept, right? And when I say compliments, I'm going to say gifts as well. If people give you a gift, accept it and graciously receive it. One of the keys to success is you want to willingly give and graciously receive. And it's compliments, it's gifts. You want to actually accept the things and receive the things people are giving you, and do it with kindness, do it with grace, really leave them with an impression of increase when you do. Okay. So step 1, gratitude. Step 2, compliments. Step 3 is ask for help. Now, this is something that we all need to do, because when you're moving in a certain direction, you cannot do it. You're going to have to do the things by yourself. You cannot do it alone. Okay. You cannot do it alone. And I love, Michael played Golden Tea. I don't know what that is, but I'm curious to find out. We gotta have someone else. Grateful for awesome coworkers. And pandemic with remote tools has brought us closer to knowing each other and closer. Amazing. I love that. And that's really, really specific. And I'm sure as you think of those people, you could probably think of something really special and really specific about each one of them that just makes you excited, makes you curious, makes you really happy to have had these tools that the pandemic has really brought you. So there's so much juice in that one tiny comment. So I'd love to know what else you guys are grateful for. Okay, so when it comes to asking for help, you're going to need certain skills. You're going to need certain opportunities. There are things you just don't know how to do. There are things you don't know how to do very well. There are resources that you just don't have in your world. And you can go off and try to find them and be viciously independent and do it all yourself. And that's going to put you in a box, right? When you're in a box and you're not allowing others to give you the gift of help and you're not actually asking for it, how can you expect the universe to deliver? So often we get frustrated because we don't have answers or we don't know how to do something, yet we don't ask and we're not clear on what we need. If you aren't clear to yourself, if you're not clear to the people in your life that would probably say yes or point you in the right direction, how are you going to be clear to the universe? And how can you even ask the universe to say, hey, universe, deliver this on my doorstep? You want to ask the people in your life. You actually want to go out and ask the universe to bring you specific things that you are looking for. And sometimes the universe shows up in silly ways that you don't expect. Now, there is a story of a rabbi. And I think it's a really beautiful story because this rabbi was caught in a storm. And there was a big flood and, the city was flooding, big flood. And he ended up, somebody came by his door and they're like, come on, like, let's go. There's a storm coming. You want to come with us. You don't want to stay in your house. And he's like, no, God will take care of me. Don't worry. Well, storm comes, flood is happening. And all of a sudden the flood fills the first floor of his house and he's on his second floor and someone comes by in a rowboat. And then they're like, come on, jump in. Like, you want to save yourself. You don't want to sit in this house. The rain's not stopping. And he's like, no, God will take care of me. I'm okay. I know God will take care of me. And this person's like, okay. So they move on. And then their rain keeps coming and this rabbi's on the roof of his house and someone comes down in a helicopter to save him. And they're like, come on, take my hand. We'll climb up the ladder together and we'll go to safety. And then he's like, no, God will take care of me. And then all of a sudden he dies. Okay. Because God didn't come the way he expected it to. And so he goes up and he's talking to God in his afterlife. And he's like, God, what did you do? I thought you'd take care of me. How am I here? How did this happen? How could this have happened? And God pointed out, well, I sent you someone that offered you a ride. I sent you a rowboat. I sent you a helicopter and you chose not to step in. So what else am I going to do? I gave you 3 I showed up 3 separate times and you chose to say no. You chose to reject the opportunity. And so often opportunities come in our lives. People are gifting us the opportunity and we may be asking for help, but we may not be recognizing what is in front of you. And so you want to really not be the rabbi, not be by yourself. Accept the help that is offered to you. Be grateful for what you do have, and also be willing to ask for the help, the specific help that you are looking for. And I love this story. It's something I've heard in a few different trainings that I've attended, and it really does show you that God, the universe, opportunity can work in mysterious ways, and it is sitting on your doorstep. Your job is to recognize it. And I have an opportunity that I would love to present and share to you, because I think if you are curious about having an abundant life, if you want more in your life, if you know you're put on this earth to be more, do more, have more, you've got good things going on, and you know there is more out there. You're just salivating at the thought of having something sparkle and just be beautiful. And there's a part of you that's holding yourself back. Well, I have an opportunity for you, because on June 24th, on Thursday, June 24th, I'm going to be hosting a very, very special closed door Zoom session where I'm going to share 3 keys to unlocking your path to abundance. Whenever we have a goal, we have a starting point, we have an ending point, and we want you need to follow a path. There are certain key steps and certain key things that you need to do in order to unlock this path to abundance for you. So today I've shared a few steps to get yourself started, and we are going to go through more and more on abundance so you can really follow a clear and simple system in order to get there. So if you want a personal invite to this amazing Zoom session, drop a note in the comments or reach out to myself or my team by direct message, and we will get in touch with you. Drop an I want in on the Zoom in the chat. So I want to be in the Zoom in the chat, and we will invite you, and Kelsey or I will get in touch with you to share how you can get into that closed door Zoom session. We are talking all about 3 keys to unlocking your path to abundance. And I would absolutely love for you to be there, because you were put on this earth to do magical, to do wonderful, to do beautiful things. And I want to see you step into your abundance. So you have an amazing, incredible day, and step it up. Join us in our Zoom session. Reach out, pop a comment in the chat. I want the Zoom. Yes. Please add me to the meeting. Great. And we will be in touch. Reach out to us by DM if you haven't already. And you have a wonderful day. I will be back again next week with another Lunch and Learn.